Hi, welcome to Conversion Conversations. This is Cameron, and today I'm taking a look at Transformers Earthspark Deluxe Terran Jawbreaker. Jawbreaker here. This is the deluxe version. We got the Warrior version last year, I believe, or early this year. But Jawbreaker transforms into a mechanical Stygimoloch. This is one of those hard-headed Paracelephosaurids. And overall, I'll say in alt mode, I think it looks pretty good. There's some odd deco differences, like I think the chest isn't super show accurate, things like that. But my biggest complaint in this mode, I think, is just these fists. There is a spot for them to sit comfortably back in this this arm cavity, like so. But then that creates an odd thing with his leg. I really wish there had been one more joint in here for us to fold those fists away. It is, I mean, a pretty posable looking dinosaur mode. It has an opening and closing mouth, and it's again the stylized Earthspark style head, not a super accurate Stygimoloch head, but it looks very cool. I like the orange paint and the gold plastic. I think those colors work really nicely. We've got some ball jointed arms here. We've got an articulating tail. It can go up and down as well as wiggle a little bit. The legs are very articulated. There's a joint here for 360 motion as well as in and out. We do have rotation here as well as this knee joint. And then we have some feet. Just, again, could have been nice to have ankle rotation, especially on a deluxe class figure. I mean, this is a $25 toy. I think that sort of thing would have been nice. But comparing this to the Warrior, I believe this was $15. I think you can see the price difference proposition here between the two. And I reviewed this and I liked this toy at $15, but having this version is really nice. It makes me happy. Now, the size of this toy is pretty decent, even if it doesn't have a ton of mass. If we're comparing it to a Random Generations toy, here it is next to Chase. So we do get like a pretty big dinosaur in this mode. That does make me pretty happy. Like I said, the mass here, though, isn't a lot. It feels very hollow. You can see kind of the hollow sections here. Things end up coming together pretty nicely, but I would have liked just a little bit more mass, especially at the $25 price point. This does feel significantly lighter than the Generations Deluxes, for example, even though they are at about the same price point. The other point of articulation could be we can move these blasters forward, which if you notice, the Earthspark blasters do not have the effect piece. It feels like a very easy just auto include. I'm surprised they don't have any sort of effect piece for mixing and matching between toy lines, but you know, that is what you get. I think the only articulation, I mentioned the ankles, but the major articulation that I think is missing would be some sort of rotation of the head, so you could get down in like a charging pose, butt heads kind of thing. That would have been cool. But other than that, I mean, I think it's looking pretty good. And if we're comparing it to the other deluxes, I think this helps illustrate just how much bigger Jawbreaker is than the others. And I've got, I still don't have, I don't think hashtag has even been released yet, which, you know, would have been the trio. But then there's the Chaos Terrans. It's a mix, right? These three are deluxes. This is still a Warrior. I haven't found Thrash in the deluxe price point yet. It's been a point of frustration for the Earthspark line because I liked the cartoon. I'm doing a video about it soon. I'm hoping to release it this year. We'll see. And then I like the toy designs. I just, you know, would have been nice to find them easily on store shelves, especially if it's like the kids line. But there you can kind of see how they all look as a group so far, and hopefully I'll be able to fill it out, you know, next year. All right. Transformation here, like the rest of the Earthspark toys, is pretty simple. We're going to come in on the back end. We're going to pop this tail right off. We can come in and instead of folding the fist away, we're going to fold it out the other way to create arms on both sides here. These sections of his shoulders, they could tab in if you want to lock things in, but we're going to leave them loose because it just adds articulation. We can come in here and we're going to separate out. There's a tab and two slots here that kind of combine his robot legs with his robot chest. Then we can come in and fold down here on the feet. Those kind of just click over this. They will, you might notice just faint signs of paint rubbing. It is paint that it's kind of locking onto. So that'll disappear over time. But for now, you know, not a huge deal. We can bring these arms up for Jawbreaker, closing them here and here, bringing things up here and here. And then these hips will come up and engage right there. We can take our Stygimoloch head and bring it down. This will elevate out this platform that the robot head sits on. And we can lock things out and away, flipping around our robot head. Flip around our arms on both sides. And here is Jawbreaker. There we go, get those out of the way. Here is Jawbreaker in robot form, and I think they look pretty great. This is such a unique shape, I feel. This like big bulbous chest, these itty bitty legs, and these big arms is a really unique Transformers shape that I'm happy we have in toy form. In terms of articulation, we do have a little bit more in robot mode. We've got nice head wiggle, and it is a nicely sculpted head. I like the big pink eyes. I like the friendly smile. I think it captures Jawbreaker's character really well. We've got 360 on the shoulder. We also have up and down. This section is now locked in, but that separation gives us just enough articulation, I think, in the shoulder joint. We do have a bicep swivel here, as well as a ratcheted joint that if you go 90 degrees, it'll like lock in, but you can break it up, no problem. No wrist swivel, unfortunately. No waist swivel, unfortunately. We do have deep splits that we can do. We do have a deep knee bend that we can do. Can kick out so far, but it's a tiny foot, so it doesn't look very dramatic. Can kick back so far. And then we don't have any sort of thigh boot or anything. So in terms of comparing it to like a Generations Deluxe, this is very limited, which I think to me is a disappointment. If we have the Warrior class figures, which are like the budget price point, then I feel like Deluxes should be held to the same standard regardless if it's for the collector's line or the children's line. It should still give you the same value for money. That being said, it is a very unique sculpt. I mean, this is just a cool design. I really, really like it. I think the paintwork, the Terran symbol up front looks great. It just looks, Jawbreaker just looks fantastic, I think, overall. So I'm willing to forgive, oh, there's a little bit of ankle tilt. I'm willing to forgive a lot more of its faults just because this is a really cool toy. And one of those faults is the paint deco. If you compare things to the Warrior, you'll see like this section is supposed to kind of be the head. So I'm surprised that this isn't like the right colors. The Warrior toy here is actually a little more show accurate in that regard than the Deluxe, even though the thighs and stuff are correct over here. But yeah, Jawbreaker overall looks good and looks great amongst the crew. We went from, I like that it shrinks down in robot mode. We went from a massive alt mode to, you know, being the shorty of the group, which I think works really, really well. Now that I'm looking at it, I really need to get the Deluxe Thrash just to get all the Deluxe guys. Although I think hashtag is just not getting a Deluxe in the States. It's like a Deluxe remold in Japan, but in the States, it's only going to be a Warrior. Same with the Chaos Terrans. Yeah, I guess this is my turn to rant about the Earthspark toy line. For a show that started off, season 1 started off super strong, and then it felt like Hasbro pulled back in seasons 2 and 3 and didn't commit to the toy line the way they wanted to. They went all in on like G1 nostalgia in Studio Series and Generations. So it is disappointing that we got these unique new characters and designs that aren't getting the love and support they need. I think they're fantastic. I'm hoping we get more of them in the future. But yeah, Jawbreaker right now I think might be my favorite of the Deluxes. Obviously I need to get Deluxe Thrash and I want to complete the whole set of Terrans. But for $25, would I recommend it? I think for also Jawbreaker has the most solid feet, which is definitely a plus in that regard. I'd say that I think for $25 that is a little much, but on sale I found Jawbreaker for $15. For $15, this is a fantastic toy. I didn't mention that these little gun pieces can come off. Jawbreaker can hold them as guns, but I think they just look better on the shoulders. But for $15, I think this is a really cool toy, a unique design that we just won't get the equivalent of anytime soon elsewhere. I think it's worth picking up. If you just like dinosaur bots, it's a cool dinosaur bot. If you like Earthspark, it's an Earthspark character that is a very unique design to pick up. If you just like interesting Transformers that haven't been done before, this is a very unique transformation, a unique alt mode, and a very unique robot mode. That is it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.